Hey, so in this video, I'm going to tell you how to maximize your sales and your profits. So how to use Profit Protector Pro to its best abilities. And if you feel like you are at a bit of a standstill in terms of sales and profits and what Profit Protector Pro is doing, then there are a couple of things that we can review in order to try and speed up the sales and increase our profits. So if you feel like things haven't really been moving and you've come to a bit of a halt, in your selling journey when it comes to actual sales and making profits, then here's a couple of things in Profit Protector Pro that you probably ought to check. So it is completely normal to have to review things like your minimum, maximum prices and strategies. Now, how often you do this is completely up to you. Now, of course, Profit Protector Pro is designed to help take away a ton of work, but that's not to say that it will never need any work doing to it ever again. Now, whilst you can leave a lot of the work to Profit Protector Pro, there are times when we do need to step in every now and then, do a little bit of maintenance and just make sure that everything is running as smoothly as possible. So how often you do this is completely up to you. And I would recommend checking these things perhaps on a monthly basis. If you want to do it a bit more than that, then fair play. If you want to do it maybe once every couple of months, something like that, then fair play there as well. Just whatever you feel comfortable with. But I think reviewing this on a regular basis that you set up is going to be really beneficial for your business. So if you feel like things are a bit of a standstill, here are a couple of things to check. And the most important one, and one of the most common reasons, is because the buy box is outside of your minimum and maximum price parameters. Now, not to worry, this is very easy to find. So buy box below min, this is the filter that you want to be paying close attention to, and really, really helpful. So you can apply that filter and find all of the products where the buy box is outside of your parameters. Now, Profit Protector Pro works best when the buy box is within your parameters. That's the point of Profit Protector Pro doing what it does. It needs the buy box to be within your parameters in order to get a hold of it, basically. If it's not within your parameters, it's out of reach, because Profit Protector Pro will never, ever, ever reprice or request a price outside of your set parameters. So often it's because the buy box is below the minimum price. Sometimes it can be because it's above your maximum price as well, but more often than none, it is because it's below your minimum price. So of course, what you need to do here is then readjust your minimum to accommodate for the buy box. Now, how much you do this in terms of the price, how much you do it by, is completely up to you. And you can get a bit of advice from the strategies as well. So for example, the aggressive strategies will recommend that you set a minimum price that is at least £1 or $1 or €1, or 10% cheaper than the buy box price. So it has enough room to get just underneath in order to secure it and then work to raise the price. As long as the buy box is within range, don't worry if you have to move your minimum lower, because Profit Protector Pro will do its best to move the price up, and hopefully that might shift the overall pricing on the listing, and then you might be able to move your minimum price up a little bit more once Profit Protector Pro has done its thing. Obviously, you can set auto min max settings based on the buy box as well, so that way all you need to do is click any of the automate buttons, and it will recalculate the minimum and maximum prices for you. But essentially, this is a really, really useful filter, and you can just flick through and edit the minimum prices as you see fit, or you can even export that selection to a CSV file, whereby it will all be on a spreadsheet. Very, very easy to manually change things in bulk, and then you can upload that sheet to Profit Protector Pro and it will apply all of the changes. Now, the next thing that I wanted to talk about, which is the other main cause, is the strategy that you're using. So it's really important to review this from time to time, because not all strategies will work well on all listings. So for example, there might, like if you were looking to apply a more passive profit focused strategy on most, if not all, of your listings, there will be listings that require a more balanced strategy or even a more aggressive strategy. So sometimes some strategies don't work well for absolutely every single listing, every single purpose. So this is why there is such a big range in Profit Protector Pro, and why you are able to set different strategies on different products. So if you find that there is an FBM seller, you're an FBA seller, there's an FBM seller on the listing. Imagine this scenario. The FBM seller has got a consistent and good hold over the buy box. Now, you are using something like the Dynamic Profit Builder. those strategies will not compete with FBM. You can see which strategies don't compete with FBM on the strategies page, but the strategies that do compete with FBM and are still FBA orientated are the balanced sales accumulator and both of the aggressive strategies. Now these will compete with FBM only where absolutely necessary. So only if, for example, in this scenario, the FBM seller has had a good and consistent hold over the buy box and keeps winning it, what you would then be able to do is use the balanced or the aggressive, and they'll assess this. They'll know that this is happening, and because they aren't restricted by not competing with FBM at all, they will then take that FBM seller on and win the buy box from them. So they will pursue FBM where absolutely unnecessary. So it can be a case of just checking through the strategies again, checking through the explanations, and then setting a different strategy on a particular item. For another one would be if you were using a profit focused strategy on a busy listing, and you found that not many sales were being made. Well, on a busy listing, an aggressive strategy would work a lot better because it's much more competitive, it's much more reactive, so you should find better results that way. Or if you found that there was a particular thing that you wanted Profit Protector Pro to do in certain scenarios, then this is where a custom strategy comes in handy. You can tell Profit Protector Pro how exactly you want it to reprice. So you can build a custom strategy, you can dictate what exactly it will do in any given scenario, and this can be a massive help. So it's important to review the strategies you use and your minimum and maximum prices from time to time. It could be something that you do every quarter, every month, every other week, however often you like. But I would advise that it is a good habit to get into, to check these things from time to time, just to make sure that everything is still, within range of the buy box, that the strategy is still performing as hoped for on that listing, and if not, it may need it may need tweaking. But hopefully this advice was helpful. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.